One to remember, Madam C.J. Walker. Few women in American history can make the claim of going from a washerwoman to a millionaires. But one such black woman who can is Madam C.J. Walker. A daughter of former slaves, Madam C.J. Walker rose from an impoverished childhood to become America's first black female millionaire. She was born Sarah Breedlove on a cotton plantation in the Louisiana Delta on December 23, 1867. And she was the first member of her family to be born free. Early in her life, she suffered many hardships, but she persevered. At age 7, an outbreak of yellow fever claimed the lives of both her parents. At 17, she gave birth to a daughter who she and her husband, Moses McWilliams, named Lilia. Soon after Lilia's second birthday, her husband was killed in an accident, and suddenly, at the age of 20, Sarah became a widow and a single mother. With a baby on her hip and a boat ticket in her hand, she left Vicksburg and began to start a new life in St. Louis. When she and her daughter arrived in St. Louis in 1888, she headed for the city's black community, where some 35,000 people were supporting 3 weekly newspapers and more than 100 businesses. She had no trouble in finding work as a washerwoman. It was hard work, and it carried no status, but it was better than working as a live-in servant, her only other option. Besides washing clothes at home meant that she could keep an eye on Lilia. By the time Lilia graduated from high school, her proud mother was able, with the money she put aside each week, to send her to Knoxville College, a small black institution in Knoxville, Tennessee. Also about this time, Sarah married again, but little is known of her second husband, who she apparently divorced before her daughter went away to college. By the 20th century in America, slavery had severely damaged black pride. And when it came to black women and their hair, their source of beauty was to imitate whites. Sarah McWilliams asked God to keep her hair from falling out. And in early 1905, she informed her friends that with divine help, she'd learn how to make the mixture she wanted. Once again, she packed her belongings and headed for a new frontier. This one in Denver. And that's when her success started. In 1905, Madam Walker invented her hair softener and a special straightening comb, and for millions of black women, these inventions were a godsend. Madam Walker wanted the great masses of black people to take greater pride in their personal appearance and to give their hair proper attention. Madam Walker and her products promoted inner and outer beauty. To be beautiful, she said, does not refer alone to the arrangement of the hair, the perfection of the complexion, or to the beauty of the form. To be beautiful, one must combine these qualities with a beautiful mind and soul, a beautiful character. Physical and mental cleanliness, together with good health, are essential to attain loveliness. Madam Walker expressed a genuine interest in helping other blacks. Every time she donated money to black institutions, she linked the purchase of Walker products with the well-being of black America. And whenever she could, she would spend her money in the black community. Madam C.J. Walker never forgot her roots, and during her lifetime and for decades afterwards, her company employed thousands of black people. And her agents, which also numbered in the thousands, were able to educate their children, build homes, and start other businesses. Madam Walker encouraged black women and men to pursue their dreams. She was a woman of extraordinary courage and vision, and she paved the way for the generations that followed her. Madam C.J. Walker, America's first black female millionaire, who was an inspiration to not only the black race, but to the world. Madam C.J. Walker, one to remember.